welcome. Oh, wrong button. You will click this one. That one won't exist on yours. If you need to figure out how to download the game, there's a video on that in the playlist. But, welcome to PokeX-mon X Mansion. Title's still kind of working, but it's better than Pokemon X-Men. I am the creator of the game, Gluttonous Pharaoh. Today we are going to be starting a playlist full of a walkthrough. I am going to, if this is too loud, I'll figure it out in between videos. But I want to hear it because I want to hear the sound while we're going through it. But I've been creating this game for a couple of months, and then I got stuck into stuff like, like getting engaged and having to buy the ring for that and moving in and all of those beautiful, wonderful things that comes with becoming an adult and trying to have a family kind of thing. All of that postponed me developing this game for about, 2 months. So I kind of lost track of where I was. So the purpose of this is to give you guys a step-by-step walkthrough of how to play the game in the order that I purposely play it, but you guys can kind of play it how you want to based on how I built the game. And 2, to kind of re-up on myself to remember where I was going, because I have like 6 pages of notes in my phone for it, but honestly, after a while, that all just blurs together, so I'm just going to replay this and get back in it. But without further ado, let's get going. This game has an autosave feature, but it is highly recommended to only use this in emergencies. Don't try to abuse the danger room. You can abuse the danger room with this. I don't recommend it. You can mess up variables. I put a lot more stopgaps into the later... Sorry, I got the hiccups weirdly. Okay. But I put a lot more stopgaps into the later parts of the game to prevent more of this, but in earlier parts, you can still kind of manipulate it a little bit. I might go back and change that later. Might not. Who knows? But don't use the autosave feature unless you absolutely have to. Like, if you turn on your game and realize, oh my god, I haven't saved in like 8 hours, yeah, use the autosave feature. But don't abuse it, because like, you're just going to mess up the game for yourself, and you're going to walk through parts that you shouldn't. I mean, yeah, you can use it to like speedrun faster, but who's speedrunning Fangames? Let's be real. If you forget to save after a few hours, no big deal. Load the most recent autosave. However, the autosave has a few minor issues with saving variables. The main part of the game that this affects is the danger room. So again, please only use autosave feature when you desperately need to. With that PSA out of the way. Professor Xavier. Hello there, young one. It's okay. There's no need to worry. I'm talking to you telepathically, so it can be just you and I talking. I guess I should be making sure that Twitch is up. So I'm just going to slowly click enter on this while I'm checking that. That way you can read it. Alright, so it looks like Twitchy Poo is working. Oh, shit. What makes you a mutant? Well, it's a complex question. I never really had a good way of saying it besides... It lets you catch Pokemon without being abusive, I guess. It's like if you, as a human, tried to go catch a rhino and say, obey me. I mean, mutants just have a link with them. And you know what Pokemon are, don't you? This is my favorite Pokemon. Not this one, but it's evolved form. I couldn't help myself. Sorry if you heard that. All the Pokemon that you've probably been wanting to stay away from, and I'll be a potential ally. I think we're diving too far into the world building, though. We should move on with more important matters. Most important question, male or female? I could play as a female. The female sprites do work. I don't really like playing as a female. I'm choosing a male. What is your super duper superhero name? We are Gluttonous. That's who I am. It's who you be. Follow me. Or subscribing in this. But don't do that. Because I don't ever put out much content. So you're Gluttonous. Gluttonous, as a new student for the Dr. Xavier's School of Gifted Youngsters, you will be required to move on campus. Your powers are not only starting to ignite. Your powers are only starting to ignite. So we need to make you... You know what? You go ahead and read this. You go ahead and read this. You don't want to listen to me do that. I created this game. I wrote this. I can't speak out loud. Now, like, if this text box would go up to here and we were reading it that way, I could read this flawlessly. It's the choppy that I can't read that out loud to save my life. So I'm just going to keep clicking the space bar and let you do you. You want to read this? Read it. If not, you can scroll. Your thing will show you whenever the screen is over. I really like this backdrop, though. Shows, like, the birth of a young new mutant. Thank you for playing. Sign me. This room is basic because you will never see this room again. After I complete the game, I might come back and make this room pretty. However, I do recommend you save it right here. Time 5 minutes. Yeah, we're just gonna save this file. I really don't care. So tell me, Gluttonous, which Pokemon ignited your little incident at the park? You have access to literally every Pokemon that is not a legendary, that is not a... I can never remember the name. Pandora, Paradox, the Iron, and those things. You don't have access to those. You don't have access to Ultra Beasts. There's one pseudo legendary. There is one other. If you saw there, it will show the. I keep trying to point to the screen and stuff my camera. But pick that up. It will show you the star. It will show you this is a red number. That will tell you that that is a shiny. Doesn't really look that shiny, but whatever. That's probably just the Pikachu thing. Anyways, there's one pseudo legendary, or two pseudo legendaries, I guess. One is the Kubfu, one is the Melmetal base form at that Melton, and then Ploypol is the Ultra Beast, and then Cosmog. Those are your special ones. If you want to try to cheese the game and go for it, go for it. I kind of made this game in a way that you can do whatever. See how different color, this, that. This way, if you want to do an all shiny run, go for it. Shiny is 1 in 100. Pokerus is 1 in 500. If there are any questions about the game whatsoever that you want to ask, please ask. The opening trainers are 2 water, a fire, and a grass, so I am not going to go an ice type like I really want to, like so many other people that I've seen try to play this demo have done. Huh. Problem is, I put so many choices in here, it's so hard to actually choose, unless you just like, here's my starter. There are different forms for all of them. If you go through this and you realize I miss a form somewhere, tell me. I'm not talking about like the different colors of like Basculin kind of thing, because that's kind of just the role. But yeah. Ooh, if only that wasn't so weak. The hard thing is if you choose a really powerful like pseudo legendary, they start so darn weak. And I don't really like choosing one of the grass, fire, or water starters because all of the opening gardens have them. We're going through a long explanation for this, but I'm kind of just showing you all of the Pokemon as well as looking to see what my choice is going to be. That might actually be my choice. Elekid is admittedly one of my favorite. Ooh, I don't know much about you, but I know you're really good. I might use that. I like the music for this, though. You guys watch this and you watch the comments. Let me know if you like the music. Sorry that this took so long, but like for some reason it won't let me hold it down and shuffle towards it. There's only like I have to manually click for every single one. I don't know why, but okay. So we are going to be going with I think we said Elekid. Elekid, yeah. Even though I think you can catch an Elekid. But I'm going to explain things throughout this walkthrough, like, hey, if you're doing a Nuzlocke, this area, you are off limits. Don't catch Pokemon because you're kind of just cheating because there's only one option here, or you've already actually seen this area. I'll explain that whenever we get there. Alright, so after you get your starter, you also get a mutant ability list, which allows you, which is, if you've played games that have, shit, what are they called? Blessings, maybe? I think, no, charms. That's it. If you played a game that has charms, that's what abilities are. I have just renamed them. The credits go out to that guy. I forgot his name. I don't have it up on here, but the credits are in the game's page and the game's credits. The specific mutant ability will raise your chances to encounter Pokemon of that type by 40% if they are available in that location. This ability will also raise your chances to catch that type of Pokemon by a multiplier of 2.5%. So hypothetically, a fire mutant is going to see fire Pokemon 40% more often and will be able to catch fire Pokemon 2.5 times more likely. Which type of Pokemon would you say represents your group powers the best? I put a pause there just in case you're power entering. It doesn't stop you, or it doesn't like auto click something. I know I chose an electric. Yeah, you know what? Let's go an electric mutant. Ooh, that was actually probably a bad idea because now I'm going to get paralyzed more often probably, but whatever. For this specific one, you have to activate it. The rest of them, I think, auto-activate. I love that page. It was a pain in the butt to make, but I love it. Okay. Oh, I turned it off. Oh, yeah. I guess the elemental charms don't count towards this. Oh, it does say 5 now. It used to be 3. I guess I had to reset the game for that because I changed it and it wouldn't change. So maybe I just had to do a new file for it. Or get a new case. One of the two. You walk through that door and you never saw your child at home again. Your parents forsake you for the incident. You know, at the park, you didn't mean to hurt those people, but it happened. Now it's easier for them to act like you don't exist, and it's for them to come to terms with the power you've gained. You got on that extra not knowing what laid ahead of you, but you knew it had to be better than what this life had become. I'm going to just point out the important parts. I will let you read this. This is the whole mansion. While you go through it, this is basically like, if you've played X-Men Legends, this is what that mansion is meant to replicate of some kind. If you haven't played X-Men Legends, that's an oldie but a goodie. That was my childhood, was having 3 friends and us 4. I remember one birthday I got super sad because all of my friends went to a different kid's birthday party because he was the popular kid. And then 3 random dudes I barely knew from my gym class showed up. One of them had their grandma bring over an Xbox, or bring over a GameCube. And we played X-Men Legends all night, 4 of us plugged in. That was like legitimately one of my best memories. Probably my best birthday. Craziest thing. Fucking 20 years later, here I am. So, you're going to have to go chase down these 4 guys. There is a starter pack in your room. I recommend grabbing that before doing literally anything else. There's a reason why I told you where it is. If you see that little pop-up he did there and how it went red, that means Xavier is doing a telepathical speaking to you. Sweet, I'm gonna go check out my room. No place for me to go except the danger room. The gardens sound amazing. Time for me to go fill up on grass types. Guess that... I'm gonna do this one in the girl voice just because. Guess that leaves me. I'm going to the back of the battlegrounds. I just thought it was the other one talking. Sorry, new recruits. I forgot to mention your first task. Please find the other recruits you saw and battle them all. After you have done so, please report to my mansion. In my room for further instructions. This isn't a bug. I wish I could turn it off to where it didn't tell you this. But Oh, okay. For a moment there, I thought my stream actually died, but stupid bugs. Or yeah. So that was a bunch of quest initializing, which is going to be what we're doing. We're not doing the 4 day 1 battles. That will be in the next video. This video is going to be us exploring this, explaining the areas, and talking to the X-Men. So this is the battlegrounds. You'll be able to unlock this after a certain point in the story. In the battlegrounds, you'll be able to talk to these. Let's make sure this doesn't actually activate yet. Come back later after you complete it. But you will come up here, and then it'll transport you here to battle a student. You can do that like 140 something times because there will be a different student for each of them, gradually going up from like level 16 all the way to 70 probably is where I think it stops. Haven't gotten that far quite yet. This is a Pokemon Center just to heal you, and boxes and everything. You got a Nurse Joy down here, so that way you can heal after every battle. This is a mart. This is a mint thing. The guy will tell you, but a lot of people have asked me where the mints are, and they've been like, wow, I feel dumb, but also you need to advertise this more. So, here's the mints for you to change natures and everything. And if you want to buy some nature mints, talk to the dispenser on my desk. But gamers don't read, do we? Okay, so here's all the evolution stones, so that way you can evolve whatever, whenever, as quick as possible. It's your game, do what you want. We got the weather rocks, king cap, and then the capsule for you to change abilities. I gave you access to pretty much do everything whenever you wanted. Down here is essentially the area for you to train up IVs against wild Pokemon. Except for it's all the same wild Pokemon, so you can't catch new Pokemon there. If you're doing a Nuzlocke, you can't. You're the new recruit. The name's Scott Summers, but you can address me as Cyclops. Scott, be kind to... Oh, I should have... I thought her picture was supposed to pop up there. Anyways, fix that. Did not point that out. Okay, so now that that one's done, your completed tasks over here, but this will show you everything you need to do. Day 1. I don't know how to change the stages on it, so it's kind of just going to be a base overlay until I can figure that out later, but find the other day 1 student, 4 day 1 students, then return to Xavier's room. They can be found in the battlegrounds, the grass garden, the danger room, and the left wing dormitories. These are all missions for you to go talk to the Shiza. For you to go talk to all the X-Men. Sorry, I got a work text out of nowhere. That one threw me off. Okay. I have a thing with exclamation points, but since we did that, that one's good. Still got to talk to Jean. This is essentially what this first video is going to be. After that, we'll actually start getting into training and stuff like that. This will probably be the longest one that we have. God, it's already at 18 minutes. This is another Pokemon Center. I try to make them as close as possible. There's a garden. We are going to come back to that. Town map. Each of the areas will have this. I know this is kind of shoddy, but it's meant to explain. This staircase leads you to there, and this is your room. This staircase leads you to there, which is Xavier's room. This hallway will lead you to the library and day room. This hallway will lead you to the cafeteria area. And then the sub-basement is straight ahead. We are going to go get our starter pack first. Don't ever say your creator isn't generous. At least for now. This is not EXP all. There is a charm or a mutation later on that will give you EXP all. This is just EXP share. just showing you the cafeteria, and we have to actually talk to them, I guess. Yeah. Hey there, Sugar, you must be new to a crew. I might change these pictures at some point to something else, but as a rough draft, until the game is completed, that's polished to me. I wanted you to know who was talking all the time. Especially if you are not a like huge X-Men fan, or like you like the idea of them, you just never got into them, like read comics and stuff. Yeah. They don't give you anything for completing these ones. This is mostly just talking. Guest rooms. In theory, these rooms are going to open up. So far, I've only really used a few of them. That was also for me kind of just making sure that I haven't like messed up on something. I'm up to switch. I haven't quite given Forge more shops yet, but that's because I'm gonna revamp all of the items that I'm giving you throughout the danger room mission or danger room scenarios and the battlegrounds. I think I'm adding in a gotcha system and then making it so you can just buy other items from other places. Just making sure there's a few too many things. If you randomly see the like follower spaz over a tile or two, that's just means I missed something. Alright, so hidden abilities. She kind of just explains what this room is. I'll run down daycare people. Alright, so each wall is 50. Each carpet is 25. The whole thing is 250 long, which means you run 500 steps by running from one side to back. This is designed for you to hatch eggs at your pleasure, at your leisure or pleasure, whatever you want to do. A lot of games don't really, or a lot of mainstream games have really good areas for it hidden throughout the game. This one has a great area. Anyways, I also recommend hatching 25 eggs, or at least receiving 25 eggs, and then coming back to that area. I'm not going to tell you why. Once you enter a danger room mission, you'll be in it until you complete it or until you faint. 2. There will not be any Pokemon centers or places to change your team around inside the danger room, so choose your team wisely. From time to time, you may find people there willing to heal you once, but don't expect to find those very often. 3. Just about every mission is going to have Pokemon you can only find in that mission, so make sure you bring plenty of balls and check all the grass. For now, I think that just sums up. I may add more rules later, but come back to me if you need help running. Blah 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 blah. And then this is another Pokemon Center. These are the Name Raider, the Move Tutor, for those 3 specific moves. Pretty sure in the summary page, yeah, you can give nicknames, change items. Pretty sure here, yeah, you can check, forget, use DMs. Any other ones specific? Okay. And then skills are used with, on my computer, it's D, but those are where your HMs will be. Even though you don't really need those. Alright, only ones left are the gardens to explain, and then this video will be complete. The gardens are all individual ones. Each one has its own typing to it. If you are playing a Nuzlocke, You can use these gardens at whichever level or whichever order or however many at a time that you please. Certain points of the game will up their levels by 10. I think I've implemented them up to like 55 so far. They'll keep growing until however I deem in the game. This guy, he's got balls. He's got balls. All of the balls. And then an air balloon. Don't know how that's squeezed in there, but I don't even really want to remove it. Master Ball costs 69,420. If you've noticed, Pokeballs or all balls have been cheapened. This just tells you where all the things are. There's a Banshee. Alright, so the main garden has Pokemon like, I believe, Eevee, and then, yeah, Eevee, Ditto, that kind of thing. I guess a few Pokemon that didn't fit in other places that I thought should be early. Alright, so every area has one specific type. If you're playing a Nuzlocke, rules apply. First one you encounter, you don't need to do them if you don't want to. We're not playing a Nuzlocke, we're just gliding through this game. Just showing you all the miniatures. These might improve over time, they might not. They're meant to be basic. I mean, he's only got so much space to build a whole giant garden full of all different variety of Pokemon. Yeah, I want that. I do not recommend going into the ground area early, though. There is a specific Pokemon in the ground area that is going to light you up. Alright, so Steel Garden is the last one. Right now I'm just showing you all of the gardens. Next video will be pretty short, but I am going to probably catch a few Pokemon. Ice, water, electric. Whoops. So that means that I walked past it. Good. Fire, steel. There it is. Ooh, I kind of want that too. There are 10 different Pokemon in every garden. So 18 types, 10 Pokemon, that's 180 to begin with, plus like 4 or 5 in the main garden. So it's probably about 185 Pokemon, not including the starters for you to choose from to begin the game with. The fire, water, and grass ones are 9 out of the 10 Pokemon. Literally not a joke. 9 of the 10 Pokemon are the starters, and then the 10th would probably be the grass monkeys. Or like the sim, you know what I'm saying, the Gen 6 monkeys. Quests, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to train up these 3 Pokemon a little bit. But that is the end of this first video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments. I know I'm not the best at explaining things, but this is just the beginning. The next video should be out pretty quickly, I would think. I'm still in the process of moving, but I'm going to knock out a couple of these playthrough videos just to kind of go step by step. I'm going to try and keep them under 20 minutes as where I can, but definitely under 30. So at that note, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love you all. Goodbye.